Hello and welcome to this the tutorial series that I want to do here on writing articles. This one is about how to write purpose-driven articles, and the step one of that is about keywords, subject, title, and teaser. So if you don't have it already, I want you to go ahead and download the template that I have for this for purpose-driven articles. I'm going to have a link at the bottom of this video to where you can go ahead and download this so you can actually have this and follow along with me as I go through the exact process I did to write an article today, actually. So first I want to explain what a purpose-driven article is. It is an article where you're trying to make a statement or you're trying to really train your reader. You know, and there are actually two types of articles that I write typically. I usually write purpose-driven articles, which take more time and they take more building up. They take more of a process to do. And I have SEO articles, which I'm also having a tutorial series on that. And those are kind of really short articles, you know, kind of bare minimum 300 to 400 word articles, to where you're kind of doing it for SEO to really get up on the search engines, and I'm going to prove that to you in a later series. But for this one, I want to do purpose-driven articles. Excuse me. And like I said here, purpose-driven articles are less about SEO and more about the true value and the true content that someone can learn from what you've actually written. And it's really a way of training people and really getting a certain purpose or a certain thought across to your reader, rather than just doing it for SEO. Because SEO articles, you also write those for value, and people do get something from those articles as well. But these are really they're less focused on SEO. They're still focused on search engine optimization. You still want them to rank high, but it's really about the content that comes through in that article and your message that you're trying to do. So you're trying to inspire or train the reader, and you put more time into these articles, like I said, than you do with SEO articles. Hold on one second here. There we go. Now, important things to remember with this, and I had to remember these two when I first got started. For most people, this is going to take a while to get used to, as far as writing articles in this sense and in this manner, and to a degree that we're going to go ahead and get into this. If you've already written before, great, but setting up what I'm going to show you might take some time again. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to this, and you know, the first time I did it, it took me a couple hours to actually come up with my first article, but now I can do them in about 15 minutes. So again, it comes with the territory and with experience and practice. So and here's one thing that I really had a lot of trouble with. Don't get hung up on perfection, because this is about a learning experience. You're supposed to get your ideas down and you can perfect them later. That's the great thing about the internet. Again, your first article might not be that good. It might be scattered. It might not be directly to the point where you want to get it, but having as much content out there is the key. And you can always go back and change whatever you have later. So again, I want you to download that template so you can follow me as we go along, and you can be writing your own article at the same time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the very first section of this article, and I want to show you what it looks like on the template here, which is the keyword part. It's not at the top, it's right in the middle here, a keyword, and how you're going to form that. So you're going to do a keyword search using the NicheBot Classic and Google. You can also use Word Tracker, but NicheBot is something I got into recently, so I'm just going to show you what I did for my current article. This is what my current article looks like. I wrote this today, and as you can see, Internet Marketing Success, kind of 3 times there. You can actually see that's probably what it's about. So I actually didn't do it on NicheBot. I did it on here, Internet Marketing Success. So I put that in there, and again, this isn't completely ideal, but this is really, again, this isn't terribly about SEO. This is really about getting my message across, and the places where I'm going to distribute this is more important than it actually ranking organically in the search engines. But I still wanted to have a good keyword, and with this being under 500,000 to me, of course, video is going to be much easier to take over something that has under 500,000 hits. But you can also go here with it too. You know, ideally you want it to be under 100,000. You know, under 20,000 is going to be really easy for articles to take over, but that's where I did my keyword research. But you can also go to, and give me just a second, you can also go here and search something, like you go to Internet Marketing, right, and you have to put in the little verification code, and then you can see here, and I've done a tutorial on this before, so I'm just going to go through this quickly. You can see what this does, what these different columns are. This is the 100-day count, how many times it's searched in a day. So you know this is probably going to be, this would be good if it didn't have too many things on it. But this is how many times people are going to search for it globally in Google and in Yahoo. And you can also check it right there, and it'll put quotation marks around it. And it's got 44 million hits. So that's going to be much harder to take over, especially with Wikipedia being on there and some of these other sites that are really heavy hitters. So again, you want to do your keyword research. Make sure that it's under 20,000 to really take over it very easily, especially with an article. And 500,000, like I said, is much more difficult. Can be done better with video. And make sure it's something that you have knowledge and that you can write about. That's very important. You don't want to pick something that you don't have knowledge about. And if you don't have knowledge on a certain subject, make sure you do your research. Again, this industry is about taking action, and the people who do that are the ones who have success. So if you don't know something,